welcome back. You're just in time to meet royalty. A reign as Mrs. South Africa is one full of enriching experiences, all underpinned by supportive sisterhood. Now, we are fortunate to be joined in studio by the reigning Mrs. South Africa, Judnick Wilson, to catch up on how her tenure has been so far. And she is a queen. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. It's so wonderful to be in studio, finally, right?
I know, finally, because every time it's had to be on video call, but now we get to see you and the crown. 4 months, how has the crown been treating you?
Absolutely incredible. Nothing short of remarkable. I actually, I posted on Instagram last week and I said, you know, when I won Mrs. South Africa, I got so much more than a crown. I got endless opportunities, and with that, truly anything is possible. And I know I earned it, but you can't truly quantify the value of the platform until you're really living it.
Absolutely, and also the sisterhood. There's just something that we've actually been witness to, seeing the sisterhood come together. How's that been, having, you know, the group of women supporting you every step of the way?
Well, you know, I think it's truly remarkable, and it speaks volumes of the platform itself and Mrs. South Africa. And I think when women rise up, they truly show up. And that's what I've had. I've had title holders, former Mrs. South Africas from decades contact me, finalists, you know, words of encouragement. They've rallied behind me, short of literally showing up at my house and plating meals for me. I know that's the type of support that I've received. And I think it really goes right down into the organization. The CEO, the CFO, Joni Marlene, both former title holders. Nicole Kappa, you're very familiar with her.
Definitely.
She's on our social media, my stylist, my mentor, Kathy Heaton, all just so invested in my journey. But beyond that sisterhood, I also have, and cannot forget about the incredible tribe I have at home. Family, my husband, my kids, my friends, their support's been unwavering.
Love that. I love to see that, especially when you know, step into your purpose, which is one that you are starting now with Build Her Tomorrow. That is your mission. That is your objective for this year. Tell us a bit more about that.
Well, for me, Build Her Tomorrow, it's really a legacy project so far beyond my reign. I say we because no one's an island, and so it's really a collective effort, tackling period poverty in a sustainable manner, and also building vehicles whereby young girls see collaboration over competition, because truly supporting her today means building her tomorrow. Myself, I'm an advocate for women in sports and art and culture, and I was very fortunate at the last Pink ODI to meet Thandeka, and Thandeka is actually the first woman who's been appointed into a grounds curatorship role at Wanderers Stadium. So I have to give credit to Imperial Wonders and Lions Cricket for actively seeking out to appoint a woman in that role.
I look at you and I just see, you know, grace and elegance, and yet you're a mom to a 9-year-old and 11-year-old. You raising boys but growing them into men. How do you do it? How do you balance all of this? I mean, the glam life, the crown, and then still being a mom to them.
You know, I think it's about being humble, it's about asking for help, it's about being comfortable in your skin. And it's funny you say that, because I was actually thinking about it, and so often we run away from our flaws when we're younger. And when you get older, you just learn to embrace everything. Your flaws, your quirks, the chaos of it all, and then of course discipline. I mean, you really have to start to become disciplined. But I love it. I absolutely love it. I wouldn't change it. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. And I have an incredible support structure behind me.
This is a question off script right now. Do you sleep with a crown? Because I would. If I wore this crown every day, I'd wake up and just be like, listen, this is how I wake up every day. Do you?
Occasionally I sleep with the crown. No, I'm teasing. But if my boys had their way, the crown would be permanently fixed to my head. That's for sure.
Tell them the funny story you were telling me in the ad break of how they used to be like, Mom, are you going to wear it?
Absolutely. When I was first crowned, you know, I think we went out to dinner the one night and they're like, Mom, where's your crown? Where's that crown? Why is it not on your head? Or if you're going to anywhere, you know, in a shop, they'd be like, have you told them yet? Have you told them?
No, and I get you. My mom does it all the time. We'll be in the shop and she'll be like, if someone looks at me for a second too long, she'll be like, yes, it is her. It is her. She is the girl from the morning show. And I'm like, they're not even looking at me for that. Ah, so good to connect with you. You are staying with us for the entire morning.
I'm so excited.
Yes,
I believe we've got some activities coming up.
Yes, we have royalty in the building today. Mrs. South Africa is with us. You don't want to miss it.
It's my feel-good breakfast show. Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso on S3, and we are back with Judnick Wilson, our reigning Mrs. South Africa, and we are catching up with her journey so far as the title holder, being crowned in November 2021. Jo, you are such a breath of fresh air. You're bringing such a nice energy to set today, and it's so nice to catch up with you.
Well, it's so nice to be here, really, again. Thank you.
Oh, well, listen, I'm thinking now 4 months have gone by since that crown's been placed on your head. That must have felt like a blink of an eye for you.
It really, really has been. You know, the journey leading up to being crowned Mrs. South Africa was phenomenal, and that went by so fast. And yeah, 4 months, where have they gone?
4 months already as Mrs. South Africa. Do you have a specific highlight so far?
Well, I think I was very fortunate that my reign has coincided with restrictions being dropped. And so we've been able to have social gatherings and get out and just life resumed a little bit to normal, or normal as we know it now.
Yes.
One particular highlight for me was going to the launch of the Basadi in Music Awards. So that's Women in Music Awards. And just to be part of that and see women creating spaces for other women, that's been remarkable. Chloni is the CEO. If you haven't chatted to her yet, you really need to get her into studio. She's just a phenomenal woman. And yeah, so just lots of those events. But besides the glamour is, I think a big highlight for me is just seeing the development in my family and looking at my boys. You know, children mirror your behavior. And so I think with mom building confidence, their confidence is built. Their determination, even discipline, you know, mom's had to have a timetable I have to manage. And seeing them, for me, it's just invaluable. My son actually overcome his fear, and we went zip-lining over the weekend in Tulba.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's just, you know, I always used to say life's an adventure or nothing at all, but you have to be that person that steps out there for your kids.
And you're such a great role model, not only to your boys, but to those around you, which is unbelievable. I love that you mentioned just, you know, attending these events where women are opening up spaces for other women and essentially bringing down the lift to give room for other women to also join in on this journey. How important is a saying like that to you?
To send the elevator down? So much. But I giggle because, you know, you talk about sending an elevator down. It's not so easy. You don't take an elevator up. You take the stairs, right? Because success it's built on hard work, determination, and grit at the end of the day. But, you know, when one person rises, man or woman, likewise, you unknowingly give other people permission to do the same. So when you inspire, when you're inspired, you inspire others. And I think that's really what it's about. And then you're able to send that elevator back down.
And also, like you said, with the stairs, it's like you take it one step at a time. Don't get overwhelmed, because that's something I'm still like, you know, you do something, you get overwhelmed by the entire process. And then I have someone reminding me, just take it hour by hour.
One step at a time. And then also, you know, when you get to your goal, just stop. Breathe. I often said, you know, it's like at the top of the mountain and everybody says, oh, it's just the beginning of the next mountain. And I joked the other day, I said, pitch a tent there, enjoy the view for a moment.
And have you done that? Have you been able to pitch a tent and enjoy it?
I certainly had. You know, I think I had to take it all in as well. It's so overwhelming. And when you're crowned, you're with so many incredible women. There were 24 amazing finalists, including myself. And you question your worthiness. You know, you go, wow, you know, I've been awarded this incredible crown, and I know the value of the other women that I was with on the journey.
That is incredible. And I know that the lead up and that journey to the Mrs. South Africa pageant, that is quite an extensive journey, which means it will probably start soon again for the year for whoever's going to be crowned 2022 Mrs. South Africa. Have you had any thoughts about, you know, having to hand over the crown?
No, not yet. No, I'm teasing. You know, I think for me, like you said, 4 months have gone, so it's a reminder to use the next 6 months to its utmost. Just for me, it's about you know, just using the platform. I think to its most, and remembering, oh gosh, I've lost my train of thought.
No, but it's fine. It's just using the platform.
Using the platform, you know. And I think, like you said, handing the crown over, I hadn't really thought about it, and I think when you do, it's quite emotional. I think about where the crown's been. You know, I'm the 11th woman to wear this crown. It's been around the world. It's climbed Kilimanjaro. So, you know, for that, it has such a story. I mean, the stories the crown could tell, right? Yeah. But I've had the privilege of actually meeting the class of 2022. And, you know, I can say, I think back to when I was crowned, and it's such a raw, intimate moment that I shared with Tenji, just between the two of us. And I can honestly say that I would be honoured to be handing over the crown to the next Mrs. South Africa. I know they're watching, the class of 2022, and just enjoy the journey, ladies. Just enjoy the journey.
Oh, Joe, it's so amazing to have you here. Thank you for joining us, bringing that warmth energy of yours, and also adding your story to the crown, because whenever the next Mrs. South Africa wears that, she'll remember this moment of you explaining that, you know, there's a story to each and every one of us. It's great to have Mrs. South Africa in studio. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3.